It's like everybody's coming out of the woodwork to just voice their concerns, to throw their 2 cents out there.
Well, let's move on to a tragic story of this week that has a happy ending. And Gwen, I am talking about Britney Spears and her puppies. Now, it has been quite a week for Britney Spears.
Yes.
She is, and for once, it is not directly related to her ongoing conservatorship battle. You may have seen a lot of headlines this week about Britney Spears' stolen dogs, and battery charges were pressed against Britney from her housekeeper. And if you've been too overwhelmed to even look at this, that's why we are here for you. The short version is that Britney's dog sitter and one of her longtime housekeepers took the dogs to a vet visit and then never brought them back. The long version is important, though, because the dog sitter and housekeeper were not being villainous. They were not, mustache twirling pet thieves, out to get Britney. They believed that they were doing the best things for the pups. So sources directly connected to Britney tell us that the pet heist rescue mission, depending on how side you look for it, was a 2-person operation, saying that one of Brit's dogs had become sick, and about 2 weeks before the incident, the housekeeper took the sick pup and the other singer's dog to the vet. While the initial vet visit seems to be scheduled with Britney's, constant things that the dogs needs, the dogs never came home. So the singer's dog sitter, who is also a nurse, felt that the dogs weren't safe at Britney's home and decided to keep the pups and care for them herself, at least until she could determine that Britney could properly care for the pups. It was then reported that Britney was under investigation because she had been accused of battery by one of her longtime employees, a charge that Britney's team reportedly denied right away, saying the housekeeper is making this story up entirely. Now, the housekeeper said that Britney confronted her when she got back from the bed and didn't have the dogs with her, totally valid. And an argument ensued, with Britney reportedly demanding details about her dogs, namely where they were and why they had been taken away. Britney apparently, from sources tell us, suspected that her estranged father, Jamie Spears, was involved to try to take the dogs. But Britney's sources says the housekeeper expressed concern that dogs had been neglected and showed Britney photos that had been taken on her cell phone of one of the dogs that had just thrown up. Now, at this point, Britney allegedly slaps the housekeeper's phone out of her hands, which is where the potential battery charge comes into play. The housekeeper filed a battery report with the sheriff's department alleging that Britney, quote, struck them during a dispute, and law enforcement is investigating the claim. However, the DA explained to us that they will decide whether this is battery, slapping a cell phone, and not slapping somebody else. And ultimately, the investigation will be forwarded to the district attorney's office for review. If it is, it's a minor misdemeanor battery of a phone, and they haven't been able to discuss details of this. Now, on Sunday, here's where we had our happy ending. Sources say that Britney has been, quote, reunited with her dogs before the weekend and is thrilled to have them back. Animal lovers will also be happy to learn that the ordeal seems to have led Britney to becoming better educated about how to care for her dog's specific needs. Now, here's where it all makes a little bit more sense. Her dogs are a sensitive breed that often has health issues. She has gotten clear instructions about how to care for the dogs now. And while it sounds like the dogs are ultimately better off, the source added that the housekeeper no longer works for Britney. But they are back now and they have more help out of it. And we've gotten a happy story. Now, did you follow?
There's so much going on with Britney. I think because of all the legal battles, it's like everybody's coming out of the woodwork to just voice their concerns, to throw their 2 cents out there. And here's the thing. I think that Britney has proven that she wants to be able to take care of herself. And so information such as like how to care for the dogs that people probably kept from her before, let her know what to do. And she is a grown-up and she can take care of the dogs the same way that she can take care of her kids and she can take care of herself if she is given the confidence to do so. I'm 100% on the Free Britney train. I know that she's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. She may need some, medical intervention. in terms of drugs and getting her brain chemistry right. And that will happen. But just give the girl the tools she needs to be the adult that she wants to be.
Absolutely. Britney has been coddled and taken care of her whole life. How is she supposed to know the in and outs of taking care of a dog, which is hard for anybody, even though they're her dogs? She's probably had, 11 people taking over, taking care of the dogs since they were first brought in and they were puppies. But yeah, I think this is going to be a reoccurring theme in the slow building process that is Britney, being able to take care of her own life.
And eventually she will.
And she will.